Have you noticed something big happening in the AI world lately? Something that no one expected a year ago? Big SaaS giants, the companies that dominated for a decade, are suddenly losing ground. Startups with small teams, sometimes just 1 or 2 people, are now building tools that compete with billion-dollar platforms. And the reason behind this shift is simple: open-source AI models. Today, we're breaking down exactly why open-source AI is disrupting the entire SaaS industry, how it is stealing users at massive scale, and what this means for founders, developers, creators, and anyone who wants to build the next big AI product. Stay till the end, because the real opportunity is not that SaaS is dying. The real opportunity is that anyone can now build something the world wants. The rise of open-source AI. Let's start from the beginning. For years, AI was controlled by a handful of companies. OpenAI, Google, Anthropic, deep pockets, giant research labs, massive compute power. If you wanted powerful AI, you either paid subscription fees or you paid API fees, or you simply couldn't access the technology at all. Suddenly, something changed. Open-source AI exploded. We got models like LLaMA, Mistral, Qwen, Phi, Stable LM, DeepSeek, DBRX models that shocked the entire industry because they were free to download, free to modify, free to fine-tune, free to use in production. And you know what happened after that? Developers started building apps that were faster, cheaper, more customizable, and in many cases better than the big SaaS platforms that had been around. For years, this wasn't supposed to happen, but it's happening fast, and it's just the beginning. Why open-source AI is winning? Open-source models are not just cheaper. They're not just accessible. They're not just community-powered. They are winning for 3 massive reasons, and these reasons are exactly why big SaaS platforms are struggling. 1. Cost advantage that SaaS cannot compete with. When a company uses OpenAI or Anthropic, they pay API fees. Every message, every image, every embedding, every request costs keep rising, but with open source, you can run your model on your laptop on a cheap GPU on a small cloud server. Cost goes from thousands of dollars down to tens of dollars. A startup with a $50 cloud bill can now outperform a SaaS giant spending millions. That's a game changer too. Full control and customization. Big SaaS platforms give you predefined workflows, fixed features, very little flexibility. But open source AI gives you full control. You want to fine-tune? Done. You want to modify system prompts? Done. You want to build custom reasoning? Done. You want your model offline with no cloud dependency? Done. Large enterprises love this. Startups love this even more because when you control your model, you control everything. 3. Community innovation faster than corporations. When 10,000 open source developers contribute, you get updates every day. When big corporations update, you get updates every 6 months. The community moves faster, experiments more, finds new techniques, fixes bugs, optimizes models. Innovation speed becomes exponential. This is why open source is crushing big SaaS. It's not one company, it's a global brain working together. The SaaS platforms getting hit the hardest. Let's talk about the saddest categories losing users. The fastest one: AI writing tools. Jasper, Copy AI, WriteSonic. These tools were making millions, but their entire business model relied on one thing: OpenAI's API. The moment open source LLMs match GPT quality, users realized they don't need to pay monthly subscriptions. Why pay $39 a month when you can download a model and generate unlimited content? These SaaS companies are bleeding subscribers. 2. AI chatbots. Chatbot tools that wrap GPT into pretty dashboards. Booming in 2023, dying in 2024 to 2025. Because with open source, businesses can host chatbots on their own servers with 0 cost per message and full privacy. Why would a company pay for something it can self-host for free? 3. AI customer support platforms. Intercom, Freshdesk, Zendesk plugins, all under threat. Open source allows custom fine-tuning, private data use, instant deployment. A startup can build a better support bot in a weekend and do it cheaper and more personal and more powerful. Then these big platforms for video editing SaaS Descript v Qwen, open source video models like Pika Runway's Open Alternatives LTX Video Open Source styles are turning video editing into automated pipelines, meaning small developers can build video apps that compete with established brands. The hidden reason big SaaS is failing, here's the truth nobody wants to admit. Big SaaS companies are built on a model that no longer fits the market. They rely on high subscription fees, vendor lock-in, heavy dependence on proprietary APIs, but the world is shifting to local models, self-hosted AI, open-source ecosystems, zero-cost inference, ultra-custom automations. Big SaaS simply cannot adapt fast enough. Their margins depend on old pricing structures, and users don't want to pay for what they can now run locally. This is the real disruption. Users are gaining independence, and SaaS giants are losing their leverage. Why this is great news for new founders. If you're planning to build an AI business, this is the best time in history, because open source models give you 4 superpowers. Superpowers only big companies used to have. Superpower 1. You can build fast. Prototype in days, launch in weeks, scale in months. Superpower 2. You can build cheap. A $20 GPU can now run a 7B or 14B model easily. Superpower 3. You can build better, custom fine-tuned models, outperform generic SaaS tools. Superpower 4. You own everything, your data, your model, your pipeline, your ecosystem. This means the only barrier now is creativity, not funding, not compute, not infrastructure. The new SaaS model, AIs plus agents plus automations. The next generation of SaaS won't be giant platforms. It will be small, fast, hyper-specialized, agent-driven systems. A single founder can build a SaaS using open-source LLM, local inference, serverless compute, agent workflows, custom embeddings, vector databases, automation chains. This combination is deadly powerful, and guess what? This is exactly why big SaaS platforms are scared, because small founders now have the same power they do, without needing a billion-dollar budget. Real-world examples. Small teams beating giants. Here are real examples of tiny open-source powered products crushing SaaS giants. Example 1. DeepSeek, a Chinese research team released open-source models that outperform some GPT models, result massive adoption. Millions of downloads, whole ecosystems built around it. Example 2. LLaMA. 2 developers created a local inference engine. Suddenly hundreds of thousands of developers started downloading models, running them offline, avoiding SaaS APIs entirely. Example 3. LM Studio, one simple desktop app, letting anyone use LLMs. Without coding, without cloud, without subscriptions. These are not big corporations. These are small teams winning because open source makes the playing field fair. The death of the pay monthly for everything era. Let's talk about something most SaaS founders don't want to hear. The subscription-only business model is dying. People are tired of monthly fees, tired of paying for simple features, tired of renting tools they can run locally. AI is making software abundant, accessible, replaceable. This means SaaS founders must evolve or disappear. Successful SaaS tools of the future will be service-backed, value-based, automation-heavy, AI-native, not just subscription wrappers around GPT. What surviving SaaS platforms will look like? SaaS isn't dying completely, but is transforming deeply. The SaaS companies that survive will be those that adopt open source, offer private cloud options, build custom agent workflows, provide enterprise automation, deliver unique datasets, offer integration ecosystems, build beyond text, multimodal capabilities. The winners will use open source, not fight against it. Why big tech is worried? OpenAI, Anthropic, Microsoft, Google, all losing control of the market because users now understand they don't need one big model, they need many small models, running locally, doing tiny jobs extremely well. This is the decentralization of AI. Just like crypto tried to decentralize finance, open source AI is decentralizing intelligence. This is why big companies are suddenly releasing cheaper models, pushing local inference options, opening up their tools. They feel the competition, and this competition is coming from the community, from people like you, not big corporations. Final warning. If you ignore this shift, you'll fall behind. SaaS founders who ignore open source will lose customers. Developers who ignore open source will lose relevance. Entrepreneurs who ignore open source will miss million-dollar opportunities. This shift is bigger than the cloud revolution, bigger than mobile, bigger than SaaS itself. It is the rebirth of the software industry built on open models, local compute agent ecosystems, and community-driven innovation. The future belongs to the builders who understand this moment, who adapt early, and who use open source AI as their foundation. The window is open right now, but it won't stay open forever. If you want to build something big, this is your chance. Outro. If this breakdown helped you understand how open source AI is rewriting the SaaS world, hit like, subscribe, and comment below. Tell me, do you think open source models will dominate the future, or will big tech fight back? And if you want me to make a breakdown on how to build your own open source AI SaaS using free models, just say YES, build it, and I'll make that video next.